Many seek the path to victory, but only one can stand glorious over all. From the Badlands come the Orcs and Goblins, a green tide of brutal creatures that must be stopped.
Hello and welcome to another Warhammer guide. Today we are looking at the main Orc infantry of the Greenskin army. There's three main flavours. One, you've got the Orc Boys, and then you've got the upgraded unit, the Orc Biggins, and then the elite force that is the Black Orcs. Firstly, we're going to take a look at the Orc Boys. The way Orc society works is that if you're the biggest and toughest, you get promoted. The Orc war boss is always the strongest. You become a war boss by killing the other guy. It's that sort of dog-eat-dog world, or orc world. So first off, we're going to look at Orcs. They are sort of a very standard, pretty cheap troop choice. They're shielded, so that helps them against missile infantry and cavalry. They've got 30 armour, which is not too bad. They've got 60 leadership, which is okay. They're kind of jack of all trades, master of none, really. They do a decent amount of damage, and they've got an okay charge. They're very much... They do come in units of 90, so a good amount of troops there. And the next one we're going to look at... I'll show you them in action shortly. But the next we're going to look at is the Orc Biggins. So once you kill enough people as an Orc boy, you get promoted to the Orc Biggins. So these are damage dealers. The unit has strong emphasis on dealing damage. If fighting it, make sure to take it out before it can get into firing or melee range. So they just do a lot of damage. Bigger and harder. The heaviest, strongest and meanest of Orcs, Biggins are eager to prove themselves against enemies of all sizes. They don't care. They'll fight anything. So we'll flick between the two. So they've got 20 more armour. They've got slightly better leadership. Speed is the same. They do more, obviously, attack damage as part of their makeup. That's the sort of biggest difference. They are a smaller unit size, so 75 as opposed to 90. But they do have another 400 hit points, which is pretty good. So the unit, because of this bigger and harder damage dealer, this unit inflicts additional damage when fighting enemies that are cavalry sized or larger. They like going after, they want to prove themselves, so they're going to go after the biggest stuff. They can also hide in forests, as most infantry units can. And then finally, out of the three troop choices, this is the most elite. So once you've killed enough, you become a big un. Once you've killed enough, you become a Black Orc. They have slightly darker skinned than the other Orcs, which you can't really see because they are fully armoured. These guys are quite beastly. They have 6,500 hit points, so just another 100 than the other unit, but there is only 60, so that's total hit points. So they are armoured, meaning they're going to take less damage, especially from small sources like non-armour piercing weapons, and they also armour pierce themselves, so they can go after big troops, big heavily armoured knights and stuff like that. So let's compare them to the Biggins. So they have armour of 110, which is absolutely superb. They have 70 leadership, which is good for Orcs, trust me. They're a little bit slower because of their heavy armour weighs them down. But they also do a decent amount of damage, and they have an okay charge bonus. But obviously the armour piercing is the big part. They also have a really, really good thing, which is immune psychology. Orcs and Goblins' biggest problem in any fight is leadership, morale. If you're fighting, say, Karl Franz that causes terror, that can absolutely wreck Orc and Goblin armies. So this unit actually doesn't care. They don't care what they're fighting. They will fight on anything regardless. So let's go and have a look at them in battle. We'll just have a quick skirmish game. We'll send them in against a couple of desperate units that are probably going to get very squished. I think we've got a couple of peasant bowmen and some spearmen, which it's not ideal to go up against Black Orcs. And there's no real sort of, abilities to show you on this. So these will form the sort of main line of your battle. These guys are basically your frontline troops. especially the Orcs and the Biggins. The Black Orcs I'd use more, a little bit more sparingly, maybe not sort of front line, but flank charges, picking and choosing their targets a little bit better, say going after you know, the sort of heavily armoured units because of their armor-piercing nature, and they don't care about fighting stuff. So anything that causes fear, like Demigryph Knights and stuff like that, would be perfect for the Black Orcs, you know, because otherwise you're going to struggle. I love the way they hold their shields when they're charging against archers. That is amazing. Look at that. So we've already lost 5 of our number going in. And then we'll send you over there. And we'll send you over there. So the fighting has commenced. These poor guys are probably just going to get slaughtered. So we're getting shot at. They've got their hero there. So their morale is dropping quite quickly. So is their hit points. So they need a bit of help. So we're going to hurry up and get in there with our 2 other units before they break. The fact that their flanks are now secure will help their morale. So even if these guys never got in combat, just the fact that they're there helps that unit. Right, so we'll send in the Biggins, and the Black Orcs are going after the Lord. Oh, that's quite a scary thing coming towards you. There we go. Get him, guys. Get him, guys. Obviously, all big sort of hero choices are very strong. And so, like I said, basically these form up the bulk of your army. These are going to be, you might have 4 or 5 units of these spread across your front line. They can last a while as long as you keep their morale up, keep the flanks safe. These will last in combat. They're going to just bog down the enemy with numbers and everything like that. That you can then use other units, maybe like Orc Boys or something, to get the counter charges, to get the flank charges, stuff like that. I think out of the 3 of them, I just love Black Orcs. In the tabletop game, they are just fantastic. I would always take a unit of Black Orcs. Orcs and Goblins are my favourite army on the tabletop. I had a like 3,000 point army or something. So we've eventually, looks like we've broken this unit. Even the Lord is getting taken down by these Black Orcs. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Check out all my other videos. I'm doing a unit guide for every single unit in the game. It's about, you know, probably like 60 odd videos that we're creating over the course of the next couple of weeks. Let me know your favourite of these units in the comments and how you use them. If you have any different tactics, let other people know so they can sort of check it out. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you very much, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.